Welcome to Understand the Math. Let's now look at 3 examples where we're asked to find the exact value of a trigonometric function. To begin, let's write down the 4 steps that we need to complete. The first step is to locate the quadrant that our angle theta is in. The next step is to find the reference angle. The third step is to find the sine of our trigonometric function. And then the fourth step is to find the value of our trigonometric function. In our first example, we need to find the value of cosine 2 pi over 3. So our theta is equal to 2 pi over 3. An angle of 2 pi over 3 looks like this. This angle is located in our second quadrant. So let's write down quadrant 2. The second step we need to do is find the reference angle. Our reference angle, theta sub r, looks like this. And it's equal to theta sub r is pi minus theta, which is pi minus 2 pi over 3, which is equal to pi over 3. Our third step is to find the sine of cosine theta. Our angle is in the second quadrant, and cosine is negative in the second quadrant. So let's write down our sine is going to be negative. And then our fourth step is to find the value. So our cosine 2 pi over 3 is the sine from step 3, so minus cosine of our reference angle, which is pi over 3. Cosine pi over 3 is 1/2. So our answer is minus 1/2. So the cosine of 2 pi over 3 is equal to minus 1/2. In our second example, we're asked to find the value of tangent of minus pi over 3. So we'll begin by marking down that theta is equal to minus pi over 3, and then we'll make a note that absolute value of theta is pi over 3, and we'll need that in a little bit. The first step is to find the quadrant where theta is located. So let's go ahead and let's graph theta. So an angle of minus pi over 3 looks like this. And our reference angle looks like this. Our reference angle is positive. So our angle theta is located in quadrant 4. We'll write that down for step 1. For step 2, we have to find the reference angle. So theta sub r is equal to the absolute value of theta, which is pi over 3. So the way that works is theta is equal to minus pi over 3, but absolute value of theta is equal to pi over 3. So that angle is in our first quadrant, so theta sub r is equal to that angle. Our third step is to find the sine of our tangent function in quadrant 4. And the sine is equal to is negative because tangent is negative in quadrant 4. And then lastly, we find our value. So tangent of minus pi over 3 is minus tangent of pi over 3. And we usually don't have the tangent functions memorized, so let's write tangent in terms of sine and cosine. So this is minus sine pi over 3 divided by cosine pi over 3. This gives us minus sine pi over 3 is root 3 over 2. Cosine pi over 3 is 1/2. So that leaves us with an answer of minus root 3. In our last example, we'll find the value of sine of 19 pi over 4. Since we just turned the page, let's write down the steps that we need to follow. So the first step is to find the quadrant. The second step is to find the reference angle. The third step is to find the sine, and the last step is to find the value. In this example, theta is equal to 19 pi over 4. That is greater than 2 pi, so we have to do a step before we start into steps 1 through 4. And that extra step is we need to find the coterminal angle for theta is equal to 19 pi over 4. I also have a video on this if you need to review coterminal angles. So the coterminal angle for 19 pi over 4 is 19 pi over 4 minus 2 pi, which is 19 pi over 4 minus 8 pi over 4, which gives us 11 pi over 4. That is still bigger than 2 pi, so we're going to do it again. So now we take 11 pi over 4, subtract 2 pi, so that's 11 pi over 4 minus 8 pi over 4, and we get 3 pi over 4. So great. That is our coterminal angle. So let's just put up in parentheses, this is like 3 pi over 4. Let's go ahead now and let's plot theta. An angle of 3 pi over 4 looks like this. And you can see it's located in our second quadrant. So let's write that down for step 1. So it is in our second quadrant. Our reference angle looks like this. So we say that our reference angle theta sub r is pi minus theta, which is pi minus 3 pi over 4, which is pi over 4. You could almost get that too by just looking at the picture. Our step 3 is to find the value of, let's flip back up here, sine, of sine in the second quadrant. So the sine is positive in the second quadrant. And then our last step is to find the value of the function. So sine of 19 pi over 4 is positive the sine of the reference angle, which is pi over 4, and we know that to be the square root of 2 over 2. So this is a really hard concept. When I teach trigonometry, this is one of the hardest concepts that we have to master, or that students need to master. I would suggest that you redo these problems on your own, memorize the steps, and then even do extra problems until you're comfortable finding trigonometric functions of angles in the second, third, and fourth quadrants.
If this video has been helpful to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. Keep believing in yourself and have a great rest of your day.